If Mrs. Stevens doesn't become a more effective teacher, despite her support she would be receiving, it will be much more difficult to remove her once she is tenured. And then option three, the pros are students will have a greater opportunity to learn. The school will be removing a teacher from the school culture that appears to have a toxic mindset in terms of collaboration and professional learning if she does not reach the requisite evaluation. And by retooling the evaluation and supervision practices of the school, all the teachers will be more likely to improve effectiveness. This will drive greater student success, not just in Mrs. Stevens' class, but in the whole school. Option three, cons. Despite the principal explaining the state laws and district policies to Mrs. Stevens, she might still attempt to take legal action against both the principal and school. An overhaul of the evaluation and supervision practices will take a lot of time and a lot of monetary capital as well. So those would be the cons for that option. And so upon reflection, after careful consideration, option three provides the best solution for the principal and the school. As a whole, the most important job of the principal is to support school improvement and student success. Option three lends itself the best to that goal in several different ways. And so one is students, they will have the opportunity to learn from a potentially more effective teacher if Mrs. Stevens does not kind of pass her evaluation. Parents will know that the school is making a concerted effort to provide effective teaching in all classes. The community, especially community businesses, should be getting future employees and leaders who are better prepared to step into those roles. The principal will be able to recruit and hire a teacher that should fit in better to the school culture of collaboration and professional learning if Mrs. Stevens doesn't show improvement. And by reworking the principal's supervision and evaluation processes, the principal will be able to provide more productive, actionable feedback and greater opportunities for professional learning for the entire staff, not just Mrs. Stevens. Giving Mrs. Stevens another chance will show her and the other teachers that the principal has their best interests in mind as well. Implementation. So obviously this is a very important step. Step one, the principal should schedule another conference with Mrs. Stevens for the next day. Before that conference, they should prepare an excerpt from Finn and Rock's Academic Success Among Students at Risk for School Failure from the Journal of Applied Psychology, which shows the correlation between engagement and student success. So you can reemphasize, hey, this is important for that, to have that student engagement. Bring a printout of board policies and state laws concerning the dismissal of teachers as well. So the principal can show the teacher that as well. And step two, show the teacher the documents and then tell her that she will be reevaluated based on data from the student's performance based assessments and also her observations. Tell her that she can record a lesson in class rather than have the principal come observe, and then set a date for recording the following week. Step three, enlist the help of the teacher's supervision. Ask them to practice enlist the help of the teacher's supervisor. Ask them to practice observing several other teachers with you and calibrate your observations. Step four, supervisor and principal will review the lesson recording separately, then come together to compare observation notes. Step five, complete the new evaluation utilizing the assessment data as well as the observation notes. And so if Mrs. Stevens still had a low performance in the classroom and that was backed up by data, then the principal should recommend to have non-renewal, to not renew her contract. Step six, have another conference with Mrs. Stevens to let her review the new evaluation and inform her of the decision. Step seven, meet with the superintendent, share the research Share research that supports a new system for feedback and evaluation. Uh, More professional learning should be happening with the current feedback and supervision system, and they need to address the evaluation form as well. It's too subjective and should be replaced with a more criterion-based system. Step 8, after gaining approval from the superintendent and the board, create a new evaluation system based on data from student performance as well as multiple observations done by the principal and other teachers and leaders in the school. Walkthroughs should also be utilized, and when observing, the principal should be looking for criteria that is shown to support student learning. For example, student engagement, posted objectives, student-led activities, student-led learning, and inquiry-based learning. Step 9, work on building better relationships with the staff. So if there was better relationships with the staff, maybe the principal could have helped Mrs. Stevens improve along the way instead of having her kind of push back on the idea of constructive criticism and that growth mindset. So work to build up those relationships with the remaining staff. So you should utilize team building and relationship building exercises and build the staff's trust in the principal. Step 10, model collaborative and growth-based mindsets for the teachers. Make sure they see that happening. And then step 11, place teachers into collaborative groups and have them take turns observing each other. Create a schedule where time is set aside for groups to meet and discuss observations as well. Step 12, set up times to meet with the teachers. So these meetings should be continuous, they should be objective and goal-oriented, and must provide actionable feedback. And here are my references, and thank you for watching.